Hello chess homies, this is SkateboardChess and today I'm going to be showing a really fun game that I played. I've been having a great time playing chess ever since I started making this channel yesterday. I only played for one day and I went from 1400 to 1500. I had super high energy just trying to play really good chess and I'm just really excited to keep making videos. So this video in particular, I figured what better way to celebrate cracking 1500 than to show a video of me completely blundering, and just it's absolutely hilarious how this game ends. So I'm just gonna get started. I opened with d4 and then my opponent played d5, and this is basically just a really standard Queen's Gambit type opening. Yep, nothing too crazy happening yet. Captured with the knight, castles, brought the knight out, captures, and okay. This is the first point in the game where, in my opinion, something substantial is happening, and I'm threatening checkmate. So how my opponent reacts to this does matter, and my opponent pushed g6, and g6 isn't the best move because it weakens this pawn on the edge of the board. The best move was to push this f-pawn to f5. I see a lot of players push f5 when I threaten checkmate, or even when I threaten the pawn along this particular diagonal. So definitely the engine prefers that move, and it weakens this pawn. So I pushed this pawn to take the center, but what I'm also doing is attacking the queen and opening an attack towards this pawn. So this is the first point in the game that my opponent made a mistake. Instead of bringing the queen over to defend the pawn, he brought the queen back, and that's considered a mistake because then I just took the free pawn. And then he pushed a pawn, I moved the queen, and then these are also pretty standard moves. He attacked my rook with his bishop, so I moved it to the center. I didn't really think there was a point in doing that because it just brought my rook to a better square. The computer says that this move is an inaccuracy, but I'm 1500 rated, so I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to explain why this is an inaccuracy. It just happened. So this is a mistake, and I definitely know why it's a mistake. I mean, this move was totally pointless. I am attacking the rook, but my opponent can just push this pawn forward and attack my bishop, and then I have to move it. So, I mean, this move was not that good of a move. I could have done something a lot more effective, like the engine is suggesting that I attack this queen. So, my opponent is now attacking my queen, so I had to move it. And then he moved the rook up, and this is where I got tunnel vision. And honestly, it's crazy how this game ends, because I noticed that the knight was defending the rook and that was the only defender. So I tried to bait him into capturing my knight, which the computer says is a mistake. And then he did capture my knight, thus not defending his rook. So I took his rook, not realizing that the knight and the queen make a checkmate here. But my opponent didn't play checkmate. Upon realizing that I had won the exchange, my opponent didn't even look at the board. He immediately resigned, and I won. I mean, I don't think it gets any crazier than that. So, I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? I had an advantage all game, was playing pretty decent moves, and I completely blundered checkmate, but it didn't matter. So I don't even know. Subscribe if you want to. If not, I hope you have a wonderful day.